Subscribe to my video, please like, subscribe to my channel, with this will be good identification.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Brittany Mitchell.
We're gonna take the Bulls. We're 4-1. We following up. Let's get it. We're playing at home. We'll have on the ball Kobe White, Zach Levine, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic. Let's get it.
A look from earlier as the Nets head to the locker room. They're in no mood. Welcome, folks. And what that... Well, Coach, we're still very early in the NBA season. When you were coaching, what was your focus around this time?
Early in the season, Brian, really in the entire season, but especially early, you just want to try to be getting better every single night, making the corrections from one night to the next, and just keep growing as a team.
And the starting group for Chicago. Levine and Williams are the two forwards. Kobe White out there with Ball. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. And Ball gets it to go.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Edwards looking for an opening. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Here's White. Brooklyn pulls it in. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year. Edwards for three. Edwards can't get that one to fall. Well, Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best hair. Skill big. 6'10" Nikola Vucevic. He can beat you up in the post, or he can step back and hit a three-stand.
Yeah, Brian, and he's an excellent... Throughout his career, Vucevic's teams have been very good offensively, and his versatility is a big reason for that.
And the Nets miss again.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Back to Levine. Outside White. It's stolen by Johnson. It's Edwards on the wing. Turned in an outstanding game against Memphis. Goes back up. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit. And there wasn't much resistance either.
Edwards against Ball. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success. Yeah, they're still looking for some cohesion offensively.
This one for three. And it's Chicago with the board. Their last game, a win against the Magic, looking to carry it into this one.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
Yeah, and for a coach, seeing your schemes clicking like that is very rewarding.
And the Nets miss again.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Nikola Vucevic has seen a lot in his decade plus in the league, and he said the game has changed. Now you have centers that can pass, put the ball on the floor, make plays, and shoot threes, play like guards. And you can't get stuck in time. You have to be able to adjust.
Allie, he's certainly got the skill level.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And he's going for the oop here.
Let's go. Sorry, dude. No point.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Pass the ball. Shot clock at 6. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 8. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. That's a jump ball.
That's a shooting. Give me the ball, please.
Finney Smith passes to Edwards. Back to Finney Smith. And here's Johnson. He's covered by Levine. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Now here's Williams. Vucevic, a screen on Johnson. It's Levine with a drive. Somehow scores the layup in traffic.
14-6.
Levine's got his second basket of the night. Here's Edwards. And the layup is good off the glass.
Serious? 14-8.
The painted area. If it's working.
Johnson against Levine. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. The first free throw's good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. And Edwards puts up a deep 3. That one is off. And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Johnson. Then there's Johnson. And it's Edwards in at the point guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Edwards can't hit.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And it's Giddey missing. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Nets. 9-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
It's Levine with a drive. Smith with a screen on Johnson. Levine against Johnson. Claxton with the block. Outside Edwards. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Levine. Taking them all on. Levine.
That's such a tough finish. Levine with outstanding focus to score through contact.
Giddey against Edwards. Launches it. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
It's stolen by Johnson. Outside Edwards. Knocks down the
Slightly, let's go. Let's take a look, let's go.
We'll
Let's
Grant,
go.
as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, BA. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. A big group substitution here for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Smith. Williams comes in for Craig. White, he's checked in for DeSumo. And it's Ball in for Giddey. Ball outside. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Johnson. That's trail button. Passes to Edwards.
Okay, who's it?
6 on the shot clock. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
There's one. What a cut, Boston.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. And the Bulls making a change here. Giddey's checked in. Outside, Williams. Ball surveys the floor. White on the wing. Picked by Vucevic. The 11-footer. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Edwards. The kick out to Johnson. Finney Smith passes to Edwards. Second chance shot. And he takes it up and lays it in. Edwards got 12 points in the game.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Giddey. Back to Williams. Up top, White. Over Claxton. Off the left rim and out.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Ball against Edwards. Giddey with a screen on Edwards. There's Ball with a 3. The Bulls with another miss. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Edwards against Ball. Pass to Claxton. Beyond the arc. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by Claxton. Johnson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
You can tell that Josh Giddey is one sharp player, not just in how he threads passes, but how he moves on the floor and gets around other guys.
That one misses.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
A deep 3 from Ball. And that's not going to go.
His lead in the third quarter. Let's go.
And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please.
Welcome to this early season edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Before we analyze that first half, we get to check out the power rankings.
You know, I think for Brooklyn, they hold the best record in their conference. That alone accounts for their lofty perch in the rankings.
Perch? That's some good eating. Not quite salmon, but still very tasty in its own right. And taking a look now at the Brooklyn Nets. They're in a close contest.
Even teams that have great shooters have to be selective. They're hucking it up from beyond the arc, hoping for the best. And it reminds me of my free throws, mostly bricks.
It's like they went to the O'Neal three-point shooting academy.
Very funny.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll get third quarter. Let's go.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. And ball will bring it up here for the Bulls. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. Williams and Vucevic are inside. White and Levine are out on the wings. And it's Ball in at the point. Vucevic, a screen on Johnson. To the inside. And Vucevic slams it in.
After setting a strong screen, the ball goes to Vucevic and he makes a play.
Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got two young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
And Edwards, here we go. Good D by Ball. Chicago leading. Outside Levine. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And here's a look at the top shooters last season. No wasted chances among this group. Fifth best, Nick Claxton.
So consistent from the floor. He shot it at a great clip last season.
Ball against Edwards. On the take, and that one's good. Edwards got 5 points in the quarter. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Ball against Edwards. Ball passes to Williams. Outside Levine. Ball outside. Takes a 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards against White. Now here's Edwards.
Let's go.
Defense right on him.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. The Bulls trail by 3. Levine surveys the D. Ball outside. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Claxton. And Claxton
Let's go.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Levine passes to White. 5 to shoot. 4-3. Finney-Smith pulls it in. Finney-Smith's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards gets the bucket.
Let's go.
Lead.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they left their defense in the locker room when they came back out.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter here. Johnson against White. Vucevic, screen on Johnson. Here's White. And from 16 feet away, he cans it. White's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, it seems like White's got that in-between range figured out.
Here's Edwards. And he drops in the layup.
Keep going. Keep going.
And the Nets lead by 7.
They're really working the paint now.
Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Ball passes to White. A minute 9 left in the third quarter.
A longer guard, 6'5" White, doing a nice job inside.
It's his first trip to the line. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Isumu, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And it's Josh Giddey in for Ball.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Johnson finds Edwards. There's 53 seconds left in the third. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Monday, they'll head home to take on the Utah Jazz. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks.
And looking at the Timberwolves matchup, it's the second game of the back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
White, the pass to Giddey. Picked by Smith. Giddey against Edwards. And it's Giddey missing.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
The 3 ball. And Edwards
Let's go
for 3.
Edwards
got 28 points for the game.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Pass to Buzelis. Isumu on the wing. Outside Giddey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Picked by Smith. Crosses over. Ooh, and a nice layup by Giddey.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. More 2K action in just a moment.
Let's go.
And let's take this opportunity to show you our...
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Edwards out there with Johnson. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Inside. Here's Giddey. Rebounded by the Nets. They host the Pistons after this one, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Smith with a screen on Edwards. Pass to Smith. Here's Isumu. Few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Johnson with the defensive effort.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Edwards. Buzelis grabs the board.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Back to LaVine. The 3. And LaVine knocks down the 3.
Well, LaVine is a volume three-point shooter for a reason. More often than not, he's going to make that.
Giddey against Edwards. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. LaVine can't hit. Nets leading by 7. Outside Edwards. Going inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
They're going to call me.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition. They've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Also, lots of hustle on the offensive end, following shots and creating tons of second chance opportunities.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up, guys. We can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen on, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Well, even with the injury issues, Levine remains a great athlete.
Edwards can't hit. The Bulls trail by 7. Williams finds Levine. Now White. Pass the ball. Vucevic, a screen on Edwards. To the paint. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Ball.
Those are some veteran instincts there by Vooch. Knowing the situation and giving his team needed points.
Outside Finney-Smith. Offensive board. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Couldn't make that.
That's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Levine. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Well, Zach Levine so crafty at getting himself to the line.
Both free throws good from Levine.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
Outside Edwards. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And Edwards slams it in.
41.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Shot by Levine, no good.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
From deep. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Levine. It's deflected. Now here's Edwards. There's the 3. Zach Levine clears it away. So it's Chicago now. Down low. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Dorian Finney-Smith. Good on the first. And that trims the lead to 6. And Williams drops them both. 29 seconds left in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul. 2 points here could be the only cushion they need, Grant.
Hard to say. Crazier things have happened in this league.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter here.
There's no need to foul here.
Here's Levine, and it's off the back of the rim. No good. And Brooklyn has possession. Edwards for 3. Drains the triple.
34-3.
He's got 39.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Lays out, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton.
Go get that dog.
So we see the Nets taking the W here. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yeah, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra.
Wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.
Score. Next, I face the Pistons. We're 6-0. Pistons is 1-5. K. Carter, Jaden Ivey, Amar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Darren. Let's get it.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports with Brent Beer. And you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons.
Well,
the backcourt there will be Cunningham and Ivy.
Woke up.
Inside for him, it's Harris and Durham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Harris passes to Ivy. Cunningham outside. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Claxton. Edwards inside.
Let's go.
Cunningham.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
What's up, what's up?
Pass to Ivy. Pistons passing it around. Harris looking it over. Over Finney-Smith. Harris's shot is off.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Outside Edwards for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the
let's go.
Edwards got a couple of threes now in the first for Brooklyn.
And you love the selfless attitude right there from Johnson. Nice feed to the open man.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin. On this trip, they can't continue to come up empty.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements become a real factor on the floor.
Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the 2 areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too. You got to have poise and you got to have body control, and Cunningham displayed both on that play.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Let's go.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jordan Fernandez. Talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Edwards drives in. 14-16. No, he got 80 foot. Got Jimmy put in a body bag.
Just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis, Jim. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Beasley's checked in for Asar Thompson. Here's Durant. Pass to Cunningham. Beasley outside. Lets it go from deep. The shot will not fall.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Assist. 15-16 for sure.
Coming in, terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now, here's Ivy. And slam dunk by Ivy.
So connecting a little bit there.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
Brent, something the Detroit Pistons unit does so well is push the pace in their game.
Yeah, you love to lean into young players and that vibrant athleticism, but you also have to understand that playing fast comes with quick decision-making, and sometimes those don't always go hand in hand. The experience that these guys will have in their growth together and how soon it is that they realize they can help each other, it's going to push them places faster.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, pass to Clowney. From the arc. Hands it from downtown.
Let's go. Give me that assist. 10-14. Let's go.
You can see the results.
Pistons trail by 14.
That's where.
And here is Hardaway. Duran with the screen on Williams. Here's Hardaway inside and stolen by Williams. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it. And the Pistons making a change here. Thompson's checked in. For Detroit, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Pass to Stewart. And Thompson kicks to Stewart. Drills it from outside.
Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jumper.
For 3, Edwards. Rebound, Detroit.
He didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Out to Thompson. Hardaway is screen on Williams. Thompson for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Outside Edwards. Beyond the arc. Good on the triple. Edwards got 20.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside. You can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Johnson is out there with Edwards. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Williams. And it's Clowney in at the power forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Good on the three-point shot.
Let's go.
How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Pass to Stewart. Now Hardaway. Stolen away. To the inside. And the slam by Williams.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Stewart with a screen on Johnson. And Hardaway gets it to go.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
Off target from outside. Nets leading by 16. Here's Edwards.
Let's go. That's 4-15.
How about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. A different look here for Detroit. Tobias Harris comes in for Reed. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Asar Thompson. Cunningham on the wing. Good defense by Claxton. And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against the Knicks.
Yeah, in that game,
let's go. That's 15.
Cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Hardaway for three. Pistons keep it alive. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Cade at his size, when he's going in there and willing to get dirty, it's a great way to pick up extra points.
Edwards against Cunningham. And a beautiful
Good guard.
Edwards got 27 points.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Harris outside. Here's Cunningham. Brooklyn with the rebound.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Kept alive. Claxton. Basket good.
I don't know how I missed that, but go and say what it crashed. 4-18.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. And it's Stewart, top of the key. The rebound by the Nets. Brownie's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And here's Edwards from the arc.
He's true.
Edwards got a pair of triples in the second now for the Nets.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Cunningham for three. His fourth miss of the game. He's made three.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of
shooting that his teammates expect. Let's go.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Cunningham drives in to halt the run. That's short off the rim.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And he gets the bucket. 4 points for Champ.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. A different look here for Detroit. Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Ivy subbed in for Malik Beasley. 40 seconds left in the first half. Johnson against Ivy. Thompson sets the pick for Ivy. Shoots the three. Clowney pulls it in. Clowney's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards against Cunningham. Shot from the low block. And it's Edwards getting it to go. Edwards got 36.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And they're pushing it up. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And stolen by Harris. And so it's the leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. With J.B. Bickerstaff, Coach, what will be the areas of emphasis on defense in the second half?
Well, we got to do a much better job just being physical, fighting them deep down in the post. We got to be very aggressive early, not letting them get deep post catches, make them have to kick the basketball out, not take those easy buckets.
That is doing your work early, and we'll see if you can do it in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Get ready.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Look at Detroit. Right now, a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing back.
Yeah, plenty of adjustments in the early stages. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Brooklyn Nets.
And you look at the numbers. They're playing so well offensively, nice flow. Only a few wasted possessions, guys.
And if they continue on this track, they're pulling away down the stretch. Mark my words.
That is more than enough of us.
Look at third quarter. Let's go.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half, and I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the floor for Detroit, inside for him, it's Harris and Durham. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy, and it's Thompson in at the three.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
Fades and shoots. Detroit with the rebound.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the
there we go.
Pistons of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you.
And Kay doing a great job of figuring out how it is that he's going to stay this efficient.
For Jaden Ivey, the offense, Brent, looks great. Defensively, though, there's a
Let's go.
Well, sometimes as an individual defender, you can look worse because the team defense isn't there. And so there's been sort of this reflective quality about that. But for Jaden to take on or take the next step, certainly defensively, with all of that athletic ability, he could be elite on that end of the floor.
Here's Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey, Brian, how do you like the NBA Cup?
Well, we're 1 year in, Kevin, and last year there are a few things that need to get worked out and some kinks in it. But, man, it really made for some interest around the league as both player, fan, and executive. To watch a team play in that kind of competitive environment, there's always a payoff to that.
For 3, Edwards knocks down the 3 ball.
Let's go.
Edwards got 43 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Sweet move. Edwards with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Checking out the numbers for Tobias Harris. He had a strong showing last season. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Here's Edwards. And it's Brooklyn scoring
and they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And here's Cunningham. He's got 16. Harris a screen on Edwards. Connects from 3-point range. Cunningham's got 9 points here in the second half.
You get there to go to.
The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Edwards' shot is good.
Let's go.
Bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one. For 3, Edwards. And
let's go. Good one.
Making it look easy.
What's up?
Cunningham dishes to Harris. Back to Cunningham. And again, Cunningham missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard
and
the backboard. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And a different look here for the Pistons. Stewart's checked in for Tobias Harris. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Asar Thompson. Morris checked in for Ivy. And it's Malik Beasley in for Cunningham. Duran finds Beasley. Pistons passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. Duran sets the screen for Beasley. Detroit, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half.
Let's go.
Shots from long
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Here's more. Duran with a screen on Johnson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Beasley for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Well, Beasley has been explosive in some of the roles he's played. And with more responsibility, he's able to score a lot of points in bunches.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Reedy's checked in for Duran. And it's Fontecchio in for Moore. Here's Edwards.
Let's go. What's going on? Let's go.
That was incredible.
Most players would give anything for that kind of verdict.
But he's not giving it away. He wants to keep it all for himself.
Maybe we should call the maintenance crew. He's trying to tear the rim off.
No coverage that time. Hardaway has got 6. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising.
Never done with team taking it. 3-3-2.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Edwards, also Johnson out there. Williams is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Clowney in at the 4-man position. So that's the Nets 5. Stewart passes to Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Keon Johnson. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars and role.
Let's go. 34.
He's put on a show.
Mark Lee, let's play Mark Lee. Let's go.
He pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Reed, a screen on Johnson. Beasley with a clean look. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
The fader. And another one falls.
Let's go.
Let's go. franchise, have we seen a game like this? A remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. Kay Cunningham's checked in for the Pistons. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Great D that time from Edwards.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Edwards against Cunningham. Here's Stewart. Off target with his three. For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4-4.
Let's go.
8-37. Rugged play.
What is it you say, Kev? Up high and down hard.
Oh, exactly, G.A. You gotta say it emphatically. He was soaring up high, down hard.
And that's what the fans, they want to see it. Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Nailed.
Let's go.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Poked away. It's stolen by Edwards. Nobody near Williams.
Let's go. Let's go.
And a total the hustle stats for the Nets.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition, and they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Edwards inside. He's against Cunningham. And the basket by Edwards.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Here's Cunningham. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Brooklyn's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest.
We're going to see question.
Obliteration. Mission accomplished now for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The one player that really stands out in this one, it was a dazzling game for Champ.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
To Cunningham. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
As a playmaker, Ivy has an interesting upside. If he continues to develop those skills, he'd only increase his value.
Here's Edwards. And yep, another basket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Ivy on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And good. There's another.
He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining anyone for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And now we present the player of the game, Champ.
We're pretty.